Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Shaughnessy, and welcome to my channel where I dare you to live, be, and do. If you're new here, this is the space where we share our authentic life. Honestly, really, it's me sharing my life, and y'all are commenting, but it's me sharing my authentic life, my lights, my story, my testimony of what God has done for me, sharing my experiences in wifehood, in motherhood, in friendship, in relationships, and all of those things in hopes of encouraging you on your journey. Let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about embracing the new you. Your past version of yourself had hopes, had dreams, had ambitions that don't necessarily line up with who you are today. Who you were 10 years ago, who you were in your past is not who you are today. Hopefully, we're always evolving, we're always changing. But I think sometimes we don't allow our dreams, allow our perception of ourselves to change as well. Even with motherhood, that probably was the biggest change that happened physically, emotionally, spiritually with me. Aside from me, getting saved and transforming in that way. But I had to see my body transform. I knew that as soon as I got pregnant, I knew that who I was at that moment was changed forever. And I could not go back. And there's a lot of mourning that comes with that. A lot of like, oh my God, I'm going to miss this. Oh my God, I'm going to miss that. And, I found myself comparing present me to past me. And that's crazy because I feel like in retrospect, past me would be super impressed with present me. But right now I'm looking back at the past and like, oh man, I miss when I was like this. I miss when, I didn't have to wear a bra. Like I miss when it was optional. Now it's a mandate. Now it's mandatory. Now it has to be done. And it's no, come on. Like, let's just be real. Now it's a uniform. It's a uniform. And even though I have changed and my body has changed, and it's easy to perceive that change as negative, you have to look at all of the good changes and understand what that came from. So, I'm learning and I'm teaching myself. Like when I look at myself in the mirror and I see the body changes, I'm like, yeah, because this change came from you being a badass and you had a child in 6 hours of labor with no epidural, naturally. You carried your son for 9 months and praise God that he was healthy and, you were healthy. And these are like, you've earned your stripes, literally. Like, these are stripes that are well earned. Like, don't be ashamed of them. Like, reframe it. Reframe yourself. Don't get so caught up in what used to be or who you used to be, because we're supposed to change. And I think that we look for change. We want change, but we sometimes only want it in certain ways. We want to change the way we look. We want to change the way we feel, but we don't always want change in the places that are necessary and inevitable. There's no way that the path, the steps, the way of going about getting to where I was trying to go can stay the same, because I'm not the same. So I can't beat myself up for doing things differently or not being able to do things the way that I did in the past when I'm new, I'm different, I'm evolved, I'm changing. And I have to tap into the evolution and the new person, the new version of me that God has created and brought me into. And who is she? And what does she want? And what does her life look like now? Like, I challenge you to evaluate yourself at where you are now and match up with the things that you want and the goals that you want, and ask yourself, okay, why do I really want these things? Are they coming from me? Are they coming from some type of perception or some type of belief or some type of thought that I had in the past that no longer serves me or no longer aligns with what God has for me or wants for me? Where am I? You can't compare the new to the old. You'll never be in that place again. But you always have to have an expectation that greater and better is ahead of you. It's always going to be better. If you're partnering up with God, it's always going to be better. So even when you see yourself aging and you see yourself changing and you see things in your life changing, if you have your life in God's hands, it's all for the better. And you got to keep reminding yourself of that, because you'll find yourself beating yourself up and turning back. Like, isn't that it? That's what happened to that lady. Is it Lot's wife in the Bible? She looked back at her past. She looked back at what she left behind, and she got preserved there. And so that's what I'm trying to say is, don't let yourself be preserved back there when you're called right here, ahead, further. Don't look back on how you used to dress or how you used to look or whatever. Even if in the past you looked better, you felt better, that's okay. In the future, you can look better, you can feel better. It's about what you put in. And probably what you're envious of the past was the freedom that you had, the ability and the confidence and the courage and the faith that you had in yourself. And so that's what you want to get back. You want to get that back. But that has nothing to do with how you looked, how you dressed, what you thought. It's, a little bit with what you thought, but it has more to do with what you believed and your faith that you had and your ability to do it. And now that we're in the future, we're supposed to be closer to God, better. We're trying to get further. So now if we're partnering with God even harder, then how much more are we going to produce in this season and in the future? And so, yeah, because you can look at your past achievements and be like, I did that. Where am I at right now? Like, you're growing, you're learning, and you're going to look back in 5-10 years from now and look at the version of yourself now and be like, wow, she was the shit. I didn't cuss. I said shit. She was everything. And so appreciate her now. Appreciate her in this moment. Appreciate her and show up for her and work on her and ask her questions and figure out what she wants and figure out who she is, so that she can be appreciated 10 years from now. So she can be looked at as that girl, because we are that girl. So forget about that past version of yourself and embrace the new version of yourself, because she is it. She is her. Okay? So that's it. That's what I just wanted to drop, that reminder. This is especially for people who just feel lost right now, who feel like they don't have, that identity. They miss who they used to be or what they, look, everything in God, everything can be revived through God. Give it to him. Let him do something different. But you got to do something different in order for God to do something different. You got to try some new things, and you have to try your relationship with him at a higher level to get to new levels. And so that's it. I'm stopping right there. I thank you guys for watching. This was a great discussion. Well, really, y'all listened, but hopefully you talk to me in the comments. Leave a comment, share this video. Let somebody who you know is kind of in a rut, or somebody who is constantly looking back, send this to them. You don't got to be all extra with it, but just send it to them. Like, you know what? I think you would like this. I think that this would be good for you to listen to. So yeah, do that for me. I will see you guys in my next video. But until then, find me on Instagram. I'm working with TikTok. I'm still trying to figure that out. If you're an expert, help me. I dabble on Facebook. Actually, like my Facebook page, please. It's all in the description box. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care of yourself, love yourself, and make sure you make your time for God. Okay? I love you. I'll see you in my next video.